Can you include your family on your I-140 petition? So this goes for EB1, EB2, EB3. What do you have to do to put your family in? Well, the good news is you don't really have to do very much. You put their existence on the I-140 form. You don't need to include any evidence about them. You don't need your marriage certificate or your birth certificates of your kids or anything like that. You just reflect that they exist. You put it in there and you set the groundwork for them to adjust status when your I-140 is approved and your priority date is current, or to get immigrant visas when you do from overseas. I had someone ask me this week, does USCIS see it as a negative that I'm married? Or conversely, would they see it as a positive? The answer is they don't care. It doesn't affect your I-140 adjudication. It's funny because your spouse and your children who need green cards count against the employment-based quotas. So you'd think, oh, if we cared about having, a lot of aliens of extraordinary ability, like we would want the people who are single because, then they're not being bogged down with a bunch of children that aren't extraordinary yet. Actually, I don't care. It doesn't make a difference whether you bring in 10 kids or 0. Not going to make your case stronger or weaker at the I-140 stage. Let's say you didn't put your kids on the I-140 petition, but then you want to bring them. So maybe they weren't born yet, or maybe they're your stepkids and they weren't your stepkids yet. Maybe you didn't realize that you had a kid. I would just have that reasoning in your mind. Why didn't you include them? What you don't want to do is ever, ever, ever make the government think that you're fraudulently misrepresenting a material fact about yourself or your case. That's something you want to talk to your attorney about. If that's actually you didn't list existing spouse or children on your I-140. Because it's not like, are these the people you're bringing? It's like, do they exist? So if they exist, even if you think, oh, my wife would never want to leave our home country, so I'm not going to include her. She exists and she should have been named on your I-140 if she was your wife at that time. And if she wasn't named on there, and you're ready to move to the next step, then talk to your attorney about those specific circumstances. I'm not saying it can't be overcome or necessarily be a huge deal, but it's going to be fact specific to you. In general, if you haven't filed your I-140 yet, make sure you put your spouse and kids on there, whether you have custody, whether you're separated but you're not divorced yet, whatever, put them on there. Thanks.